baby. Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to the channel. It's time for us to get into our review of Married to Medicine. But before we do, I do have two announcements that I want to make, all right? The Ooh Ladies First podcast will be on my channel tomorrow, so make sure you guys come on over and enjoy us, all right, as we talk about reality TV and other entertainment news that you guys like, all right? So make sure you do that. Okay. And also make sure you guys head on over to my other channel, which is Jamie That's Me, Court and Crime. All right. For the people that enjoy body cam is messy and court is messy. All right. For those people that enjoy when we review those episodes or at least that content, make sure you guys go over and subscribe to that other channel. All right. If you cannot find it, I'll be sure to put a link down below, or you can type in CC Jamie That's Me and it should come up on YouTube. You should be able to type in Jamie That's Me, Court and Crime. But also if you go to my main page, like I believe it's my home page, maybe even on my videos, there should be a link to that channel on that page as well. But there's that. All right. So make sure you guys come on over there. Join me. Shout out to everybody that's already come over. You got us to 8,000 subscribers. So hopefully we could get to, 10,000 subscribers before you know it. All right. But thank you guys so much for the support. I do appreciate it. Now let us get into what y'all really came here for. And that is this review. So first off, production, come have a seat. Okay, production, come to the front, please. Production, come to the front. Why the hell y'all let Contessa sit down there with that wig that wasn't all the way on her head? I feel a way about that. And Contessa, why would you sit down knowing that you just plopped that damn wig on your head and it was kind of sliding back so much so to the point that we saw a little piece of your wig cap? Like, what's going on? I felt the way about that. Like, I know you probably put the wig on for continuity purposes, but damn, girl, like, what? It was terrible. Or did y'all start filming before the makeup, not the makeup, but the hair person got there for them to glue the shit down? Like, what the hell? Was they running late? Anywho, child, you still look good though, girl. So the men, I want to start with the men first and we'll get them out the way because the ladies pretty much took over the episode as this is their show. So first of all, Steve said he going crazy with me being away, honey. He is going crazy. Got a lot going on. The kids is really running the house is what it sounds like to me. All right. Now, Dr. Scott, he didn't have eye surgery because I believe he said that he had glaucoma or something. So it seems like the children are taking care of him as well. Okay. Okay, I'm glad he's doing well after that eye surgery, okay? Because I do feel like that is a big, big, big deal in my personal. So I'm glad to see that he's doing well. King doesn't seem to be hunching on quad 15 times a day or week or whatever, as they once said, because according to him, IVF has definitely taken a toll on their relationship. He lets the guys know that, they are still waiting on the details when it comes to the IVF, even though King already knew, because I was looking at him sideways like, what? Why are you talking about y'all waiting when y'all just had to sit down? So I was glad that production showed that flashback where he got the details. But when you get to the confessional, he explains why he did that. And the reason was because he wanted Quad to be able to share the details with the ladies first. And I can't fault him for that. I do get that. I don't think that was his real reasoning at the time. But afterwards, getting in the confessional, it does kind of make sense. Yeah, because that's something very sensitive to her, and I would hate for him to have shared it with the guys and then the guys told their wives and then they're approaching Quad with it. So when Quad is ready to get that out, then she could get that out. So all in all, I don't think he did wrong by that. Now, he does ask the guys what he think the ladies are doing on their trip, and I just started laughing because I know the guys were like, I don't give a fuck what they doing. Hopefully they having a good time and they ain't taking each other head off. Okay, why we gotta talk about their ass right now anyway? I don't give a fuck what them ladies got going on. Hello? All right, I just thought that was too funny because I knew they ain't give a damn. So King, he really wanted to just get off his chest the fact that, Toya's not supporting Heavenly. Okay, nigga. Like, yeah. Okay. They don't really rock like that, even though they rock like that. And I'm going to get to that in a second. But okay. Right, whole time Eugene didn't give a damn. He said Toya a big girl. I said, I know that motherfucker, right? All of them is big girls, okay? And Damon didn't give a damn either. Damon said she gonna earn that support, or she may not earn the damn support. But either way, we gonna be good. I said, I know that's right, y'all. Shut his ass down and shut his ass up. Okay? Because don't nobody give a damn what they got going on right now. And honestly, I was like, King can go. Stay mad, be mad, okay? King can go. Now that we know for sure that the relationship he had with Quad is a wrap, it's so heavy on the you can go. Actually, you could have left last season for me, in all honesty. Okay. But now it's like, let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up. Okay. And hurry up. All right. So, anywho, I do like Brandy's husband, y'all. That's a handsome man, girl. That man sitting back in the cut. He don't be saying nothing. Girl, we like him handsome and a piece of quiet at times, don't we? Okay, but anywho, he's sitting back and he's pretty much observing. I noticed when King said something about the ladies, he said something about them being civilized or something. He said, but we know these ladies can't be civilized. And I noticed Brandy's husband was in the back and he was like, he kind of turned his head. I wonder, I don't know. How you feel about King? As you sit back and you observe, listen, I could be reserved as well when I enter certain spaces. You know, I could be what they call it, ambivert? Because I'm both. I'm an extrovert and an introvert all at the same time, right? And I could be, I can enter spaces and just be like real reserved. And, sometimes I can enter them and be very talkative and, hey girl, how you doing? But I do like the approach of just stepping into a room and I'm just chilling and I'm observing and seeing what the hell going on, checking out the scenery, checking out the vibes, like what's really good. You know what I'm saying? I like that he was kind of sitting back, but because he has been sitting back, I really wonder, like, what is his thoughts? Like, how do you feel about the cast? Who have you I guess taking more of a liking to? Who have you gravitated towards when it comes to the husbands? Would it be Eugene, being that Toya and your wife are so close? Like, what is it? What is? Because we haven't heard a lot from him, and I kind of like that we haven't. Because as soon as you get to talking, child, we're gonna pick you apart and we're gonna find some things about you that we might not like. Okay, or you might end up being like a Eugene, even if Eugene says some things. A lot of us love Dr. Eugene. Period. You know what I'm saying? And then there's a great amount of us that like Dr. Damon as well. So, I mean, it depends. Hopefully he falls in that category. All right. All in all, let's get to the ladies because they are on a yacht. And child, I felt like when Toya was, not Toya, but Katessa was like, oh, we finna go on this boat. This gonna be our boat. And it was like, girl, what the hell we going in that? Why was I thinking about Real Housewives of Potomac when Mia was on the show? And I think, I can't remember where they went, but they were all stuffed in this little boat in a sense. I was like, child, the shade of it all, okay? Show these ladies how big y'all do it and go hop on this yacht. I thought that yacht was really cute. I love the all black of it all. And I said, with it being all black, do y'all take it out at night? Do y'all have to be in by a certain time? You know what I'm saying? What if you need rescue? Are they going to be able to really see y'all and find a boat if it's in the middle of the water or something like that? Either way, child was cute. Okay? Liked it. All right? Heavenly is sitting next to Simone as everybody is on this boat. At some point, she gives Simone a hug and a kiss. I said, girl, what? Even Simone was like, ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay? And Contessa said, okay, are you good? You comfortable? You good? And she was like, with a kiss? She was like, no, with everybody being in the same space. She said, girl, don't ask me that. Ask her that, because I ain't never tell you I was uncomfortable. She did. I said, I know that's right, girl. Ooh. Now, the ladies want to play a political game with Heavenly. And Toya says, who wants to get on the boat and hold a town hall meeting? Who want to get on the boat and hold a town hall meeting? Don't be trying to ruin my trip. Now, Toya, I'm going to be tagging you, girl. You will be getting tagged in this video. Now, I thought that was funny, but Toya, let's not do that because you was also the same one, you and Simone, that ran up to Heavenly at that event, and I'm glad they showed that because I was already typing that right before they got to it. Okay? I was like, don't do that, because you and Simone ran up to Heavenly over there at Angel's event just to let her know some critiques about how she needs to move forward with her campaign. Did you think she wanted to hear about that shit? Okay, so you gonna sit your ass on this damn boat and you gonna shut up and you gonna hear what she gotta say. Okay. Now I did agree with Contessa when Contessa said, baby, Heavenly ain't gonna be ready for this. She don't be ready for this type of stuff. So I don't know if she gonna be ready to answer these tough questions, honey, because she be getting real sensitive when it comes to that political career, honey. All right. So anywho, Brandy asked a great question. Love how she asked it. She pretty much asked about the constituents of Heavenly's district. And she said, if they're concerned about her being a reality star, what are her thoughts about that, especially when these people in that community may look for their leaders to, have certain type of morals and standards and stuff. I said, oh, Brandy, baby, great question. Very professional, too. You wasn't making fun of it. You really took it to be a serious moment and a serious question that may come from somebody. So that was good. Like somebody that's, asking her questions, whatever. So Heavenly says that she owns who she is and she won't be taking that away from herself. That's who you're voting for. I was like, oh, is it? Are they voting for a person that be up here hooping and damn hollering? Are they? Anywho, she said, but I do have morals. I've never been a felon. Yo, it's not funny, but I did think of Dr. Wendy. I said, damn. Did I say, well, wait a minute? Damn it, wait a minute, damn it. Okay, there are some felons that still be having standards and morals, child. Girl, y'all know y'all be having some conservative felons. You got one in the White House right now. I can't. Let's keep going. So Jackie asked, who are her political mentors? Do y'all know this BIT said quad? Quad well blunts. Now, first of all, I'm over here thinking like, girl, Quad ain't never been in no damn politics. So like, what the hell? So that's how I'm reading it. I didn't even pay attention to the fact that Heavenly gave Quad her former last name. Quad said, I ain't never had well, she said, I ain't been married to that man in so long, honey. Like, where the hell you get that from? Too funny. Too damn funny. Dr. Mimi over there in the confessionals talking about how she can't keep making excuses for Heavenly. I said, girl, I'm so glad that you admitted that you be making excuses for her. No excuses. Stop that. So Heavenly ended up messing up overall. She admits she messed up. All right. It was so funny because she started speaking so highly of Quad as if Quad was the one running for the position. I was confused. She was asked, why does she feel like she's qualified for this position? She says, because, this is a business and I've run multi-million-dollar businesses. Although I do feel like this is a business, I do agree. I don't think that is what voters want to hear. And you have to have a more clever way of saying that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think what voters are looking for is more of a connection. And I think running things like it's a business is the very reason we got some of the damn issues we got now. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all be removing the human element from things and y'all don't always be rational in decisions. So for me, I don't think that was a great answer. I understand her, but I think she could have worded that much, much better than what she did, right? But practice makes perfect, right? So I will say when it comes to these questions overall, the best part of this political game they played for me was Toya shutting the fuck up. I said, I love it. I said, I know that's right, Toya. I said, just sit there and don't say nothing. Because y'all been wanting Toya to be quiet, hush her mouth, don't say nothing. Great. Let Heavenly get her shit off. Let Heavenly get her stuff off, girl. While she sit up here and look crazy. And she won't be able to say Toya did anything, girl. That is going to be all on her. So I love that part. I say, I know that's right, girl. Even Jackie tried to ask Toya something about what she's like, you sitting over here quiet or whatever. Like, what you saying? And something she asked her, and Toya just looked at her and said, Like, girl, I ain't got shit to say. That's on y'all. Y'all wanted me to be quiet, right? Well, guess what? I'm quiet. There you go. Loved it. So the next morning, Toya lets the ladies know about the Met Gala that they're doing, right? Because somehow she became a chairman. Well, not somehow. Of course, Jackie put her in that chairman position, right? And she was letting them know she's going to have to push it back because she has to find another location or she's found a better location. Things are still going to go well. She just needed a different location. She says in a week or so, she made about $8,000 for the Met Gala. And she's just trying to figure out what everybody else want to put in. Because Tussa said, now, wait a minute now. Because if we sell all of these tickets, at least 200 plus, ain't none of us got to contribute anything. And I said, girl, that now you thinking. Now with you, Concessa, okay, what you need to do, you raise the 8K. Can we get another 8K raised? Okay? Can we reach out to some more people on the list that could donate to this and therefore bring our costs down? And let me tell you, Concessa was going to be the first one to speak up because she already tied the hell up with that building. And I don't fault her. I'm not finna try and accumulate no extra fucking debt. I know that's right. Okay, if I can't give you a stack or whatever, I'm not finna do that. So how many more tickets do I need to sell, bitch? So I don't fault Contessa for that at all. All right. Jackie, like I said, made Toya the chairman of this Med Gala this time because she really wanted her to contribute something. Because for the past 2 years, Toya hasn't really contributed much to the situation. And Quad says that Jackie only did that to teach Toya a lesson. I believe 1,000%. That's exactly what she did. Now, Toya tries to say that, hey, well, here's the thing, Quad, last time it was their event. This time it's ours. And they like, hell no, it ain't. Girl, it's always been hours. Hours. I know that's right. It's always been hours. Now, you just been a little piece of lackluster on your part, but this is like a group effort, okay? Evelyn, who was struggling to speak on the damn boat, she got so much to say right now. She's so ready to talk. Like, nah, girl, no, this is no, girl. I'm gonna tell you right now, girl, I got something to say now, girl. Now you got me to talking, girl. Okay, now I'm finna. I said, girl, she giving Toya the same energy Toya has been giving her. I said, baby, this right here, these two, they're the real freaking frat. Tit for tat. Hello, be clear. This the real freaking frat. Tit for tat. For sure. Now, Quad breaks down as she's talking when she was trying to explain some things. And Toya was like, well, can we get this out of the way? Quad said no. Heavenly was like, no, girl. She got something to say. So this is where Quad lets the ladies know about the IVF situation, how it's been extremely hard on her, and how, the embryos did not work out for her. Okay, ultimately. It was very sad, emotional. For Quad, it was sad to watch. Oftentimes I've been seeing y'all say that Quad was mocking Sweet Tea in the comments. I can't remember. Y'all could be right. Y'all could be wrong. But if that's the case, that's why you just, everybody's journey is their own journey, child. And here we are. She's in her own journey. I still felt bad for it either way. Because that's something that she wants, and I believe that that's something she wants. Because remember when, God rest her soul, her niece passed away. She took that baby in. And I think that was likely to Quad, like, okay, well, at least I'll get to raise this child and I don't have to go out and, have my own child, this and that, whatever the case, find a man, do all this and that. I think she was ready to step into that mother role, and that chance ended up being taken away from her. And I hate that for her. And then here we are. I don't know. It just seems like it's been a lot of stuff with Quad back to back, from the loss of her niece to the ladies bringing somebody on the show, her ex, back onto this show. And then it's not even so much as bringing the ex on the show, but it's also trying to ice the lady out, not really wanting her back or whatever the case was. So this year, going through the situation with the IVF, and then seeing that, you going through this journey, it seemed like you going through it with King, but King ain't really trying to do this shit for real. He feel like he doing you a favor on top of whatever the emotional toll is with going through all of this. So I definitely felt bad for her. I was like, I hate that. It's a lot going on. But hopefully she does meet the person for her, because it's definitely not him. And hopefully she won't have to go through this IVF situation. Sometimes you could be surprised. Some people get pregnant in their mid-40s or so, and I ain't have to get none of that stuff done. Okay, late 40s, they just pop up. Boop, thought they couldn't get pregnant. Whoop, there it is, girl. Oopsie doopsie. So, best of luck to Quad on that journey. It was very sad. Jackie also has a set of scrubs that she's going to be presenting to the people. I said, I wonder if this is going to be an issue between her and Angel. It shouldn't be. They're in two different fields. But they're in the same field, two different positions. And I don't know, Jackie, you should have been dropped this line a long periodically time ago, though. You know what I'm saying? I just find it, and maybe she been had the line, but I just found it ironic that the network would want to present both of the scrubs at the same time. But I mean, I guess for messy purposes only. But I mean, I think both of the ladies have a cute line. I think I like Jackie's line a little better because I love the variations of colors. Jackie line cute that it made me be like, I just want to throw this. Let me just throw it on. Okay, I just want to throw this on and just go. Just throw some like scrubs. Like it just seemed like let's say you a person that want to be comfortable and just wear like some sweats and a t-shirt all the time. Scrubs gonna make you look that much more professional. Okay. However, I'm not in that medical field, so don't think that I am. I just thought this was cute when I put it on. I really love the color, similar to this color that I have on now that Dr. Heavenly had on. I think there was an orange color that I don't know who had that. Was it Toya? I can't remember who had the orange color on, but I like those little soft light colors. Okay. I think Jackie had a cute little line there. I can't even recall a lot of what Angel had. I just remember what stuck out for me from her thing was them damn alien sculpture thing she had, mannequins she had. And I was so confused about how they connected, but okay. Either way, that's that. All right. So she's gonna end up doing a photo shoot. She's gonna have a few other ladies there. But at this time, she's talking to Toya about the Med Gala. Toya hesitating to let Jackie know that she get what she was saying now. All right. She was hesitating to do it. Okay. But whatever lesson Jackie was trying to teach Toya, she definitely gets it. Okay. She definitely gets it. And watching Toya do this whole planning and organizing with Jackie, I think Toya like really likes stuff like this. I mean, it's clear that she does because she'll plan stuff even if it's for a damn Birkin bag. Toya just like to plan things and spend damn money. Okay, and I think she right in her bag with that. So Toya, she ended up doing a website that only included her and Jackie and not everybody else. I said, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. You will not sit up here and not contribute the past 2 years and think you're gonna slap your face on there with Jackie's only. No, ma'am. How you gonna do that? Especially after you just sat at the table and the ladies told you that all the past events were ours, not just theirs. It was ours. And even if it was a theirs, who is you to add your face on there and your name and not nobody else's? I understand you created the website. You were forward thinking and stuff. I get all of that. But girl, you was a little wrong for that now, ma'am. Okay? You was wrong for that. Let's get to Quad and King because I'm tired of seeing him on my screen. Okay. So he's ready to know about the ladies in the trip. And it's like the way he be so anxious to talk about the ladies, that's a red flag within itself. Like whenever the guys talk about things with their wives, for the most part, for me, the wives are just willingly sharing with their husbands. But him, he's like, so how was the trip? What did ladies do? All the men gotta do is say, how was the trip? The ladies gonna give the spiel. It may be a build up to get there, but the ladies gonna get a spiel. He over there like, so how was the trip with that lady? She's like, oh, well, it was nice. It was this, it was that. Let me get y'all the soft spots, soft things first. He was like, yeah, I'm bored. Let's get to the good parts. Ugh. I ain't like that, but okay. Anywho, so she tells him about how she talked about the IVF situation. And I'm glad that's the good part she got to, because what he really wanted to know about was how was Toya with Heavenly and what happened with Simone. That's what he really wanted to know. So y'all give him the good parts about the IVF. He said, oh, let me guess, you cried a river. Not to make fun of it or anything, but you're entitled to do that. But jokes aside, how do you feel? And she's like, well, prayer has been like the best thing that's been helping me for the most part. And so he asked her, is she ready to try again? And Quad was just like, I don't know. I don't know. And I'm like, you sure you don't know? Because when you first were talking about it, you were ready to go all in just the other day. You was ready to go all in, put all your money up, this, that, and the other. He ain't have to pay no more money. You want, and now you like, I don't know. Yeah, you thinking about him a lot. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but because I'm not in the situation with you. So of course, how you're experiencing it will be different. But on the outside, as a viewer, it's like, girl, don't try that hard for him. Don't try that hard for him. Please don't. Okay. Make sure you're trying it hard for you. Okay. I think if Quan could go through surrogate, well, not surrogacy, but if she could do IVF and just get a donor, she would. But I think she would want her child to have like a father. She would want them to know who their dad is in a sense. So maybe that's why she is gung-ho about it. But I mean, also, I wonder if she would consider IVF. I'm sorry, not IVF, but surrogacy, if her and King could have just put it, into someone else and had the baby that way. I don't know. I mean, of course, she wanted to try first. So we'll have to watch that journey and see how it plays out. But ultimately, I think that she told him she wasn't sure if she wanted to do this again to appease him. Not because deep down inside, that's what she really wants, but that's just what I think. I don't think she want to lose him and she's trying to figure stuff out. So Jackie does the photo shoot. She invited the OGs only, as she should. Love the outfits, as I said. At some point, Toya does talk to the ladies about the Met Gala, and she says she need everybody to contribute. And now she wants to offer the ladies an apology, right? Because she gets it now. And Qual says, "Oh, okay, now you get it. Okay. No, I get it. You get it now." She says, "But you want us to contribute. But I mean, we could do what the hell you did the last 2 years or more so last year and just, stand off and not give a damn thing. We could do that." And I said, "Baby, I can't even be mad at Quad for that. I can't, because I guess that's type of shit I be on. Like, well, you ain't do shit last year, so I gotta do some of this shit. You got it. You got it. CEO, CFO, COO. You got it, girl. You got it, Miss Chairman." Okay. So Quad says, "I was trying to tell you last year." Okay. I was trying to tell, and Toya was like, "Well, girl, that was last year, girl. Like, stop living in the past." And I said, "Now wait, Toya, we can't do that now. We can't do that. You can't tell her to stop living in the past now, because you sure invited Heavenly and them over to your house and you were still upset about things that Heavenly had said about your marriage in the past. And we didn't leave it in the past then, so we're not going to leave this in the past now." And actually, girl, that was just last year. That was just a few months ago. We're not going to leave it that far in the past, okay? So Toya says that she thinks she could get some corporate sponsors and make hundreds of thousands of dollars, right, for this whole Met Gala. And she said Jackie made the decision on who was going to be in what position, and she ended up getting the CFO portion. And Heavenly is like, "Girl, not the whole, they can't pay her taxes." Okay. Now, I think that happened one time. Y'all let me know. Has there been multiple times? 'Cause that happened a few years ago. Maybe Toya is in a better position right now. Who knows? But that's what Jackie decided to do, right? Heavenly doesn't like it. She told Quad she want her to be the secretary. Quad laughed in her face. Heavenly says how they're doing this situation is not good. She feels like there should have been a meeting. Y'all should have come to us. Y'all should have told us what the plans are, what you're trying to do, right? She gets upset. She walks off. And then she referred to Jackie, whatever your name is. I agree with Heavenly. I feel like if you're saying that this is ours and we're in this together, we're doing this together, I've contributed multiple years, my time, my money, whatever. I think this should have been a group decision amongst everybody. But I also understand if Jackie is the head woman in charge, and after working with Toya for the limited time that she has, if she feels like Toya will be a better fit in the CFO position than any of y'all in the past few years from what she's witnessed, I have to respect that as well. But I do think it still should have been like a group thing, to, even if it was like, "Hey guys, just want to let y'all know these are the changes," right? I've decided to move Toya into this position. I'm not changing it, but I wanted to make sure that you guys were aware, like, versus surprising them. And Simone don't even know what's going on. At least that's my assumption, that she doesn't know. So, yeah, I agree with Heavenly, and I would want to respect Miss Jackie's position. But yeah, you should have told them ahead of time. Okay, link up with them. Don't tell them this shit at the photo shoot and then now y'all upset and being unprofessional as hell. Like, nah. So anywho, that's what's going on. Heavenly walks off. Quad gets her to come back. Heavenly starts talking, and she just pretty much gone out Jackie, baby. And I said, y'all see how Heavenly do, honey? When she not get her way, this the stuff that damn Simone is upset with Heavenly about. Because the heat was on you about your son, you gonna sit up here and paint Simone. Like, even though I will say I think Contessa said something. I think Contessa said, "Oh, you sure it wasn't Simone that leaked it? Because Simone will look up your information." Da, da, da. But still, Heavenly did not have to tell Quad. Oh, she said she'll look up your VIN number because number one, it was old. Number two, you knew it was gonna make Quad feel away. And number three, you knew they was gonna end up beefing, and it probably would take the attention off of the situation of you and your son and focus on them two ladies beefing. right? But this is the stuff that Heavenly does that I feel the same way as Contessa. I don't know how y'all be friends with her because she'll just blurt out your information that you think is between y'all. So Heavenly outs Jackie for saying that Toya is difficult to work with and unprofessional. Jackie denies this information. I believe everything that Heavenly said, Jackie said. She said that. Now, did she say it in the moment that she has been actively working with Toya? Maybe not, which is why Jackie said, I didn't say that. Right? Maybe Jackie was thinking about, since I've been working with Toya, I have not told you that. But you said it. You said it, girl. You said that. And you know you said that. All right? And Heavenly like, girl, so you gonna look up here and say that you ain't say it? So you gonna really say that you didn't say it? Try. So then I think Toya was trying to talk. Heavenly got upset again. I think she threw the little rag down like, I got the rag. And she was like, okay, girl, who told you? Da, 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 da. She dropped the rag, walked off or whatever. All in all, yeah. I think this was a fairly decent episode. Okay. Toya, girl, you was wrong. Okay, you was wrong. And Jackie, you know you said what you said. All right. But that's all I got. All right. You guys can leave your thoughts and comments down below on the latest episode of Married to Medicine. Of course, I am Jamie. That's me. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters. I'm silent. Nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification. Them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cashed out at the ATM. And the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF. Got them trying to clone me like Aegis. Game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up. I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man? They say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film. I can fill a pool. We gon' make them